the Buckeyes of Ohio State. And it's funny, man. We got to see them play their last game of the season, which was phenomenal, hilarious that we get to do that for a job. Cato and I were out there on the field as confetti drops. It's scarlet and gray. We go back to the hotel afterward and shoot our final full episode of the Hard Count for the college football season. And you left with this feeling of, well, that was awesome, but what happens next? Because they're going to lose a lot. And they did lose a lot. Ohio State 101st in returning production in college football in 2025. But you finish spring practice, and you look at what Ohio State has to try to repeat in 2025, and you're like, man, nothing jumps out on this roster as a major hole of like, if they don't get that figured out, they're cooked. There's no we're cooked situation here for Ohio State when you look up and down this thing, man. Like, the wide receiver room is stupid. Plus Max Clare, who is a freak show tight end for them, who popped in the spring game, big-time transfer from Purdue. So that, elevates them even further. The defense, I mean, will they probably go after a defensive tackle in the portal? You'd hope so if you're in Columbus, but who's behind whoever that defensive tackle is? Sonny Styles, one of the best linebackers. I think he could be the best linebacker in America in 2025. Who's behind him? Caleb Downs at the third level. Plus the rest of their secondary and Jermaine Matthews and Davidson Ignosin, like, they're stacked, dude. They're absolutely stacked. Offensive line, running back room is going to be good enough, I think. And so as you walk this thing out with Ohio State, asking the question, can we run it back in 2025? I think you feel honestly even better answering that question with a yes than you did after you won the whole darn thing in Atlanta on January 20th. That's not to say that you were not confident, after you won the national title, but I do think as you've seen now what your actual team is going to be, Ohio State, they have questions on their roster. Everybody does during spring. But you answer the questions for Ohio State with a, yeah, but this is still a certain tier of talent that is Ohio State. We still recruited 4- and 5-star guys to fill these gaps. Maybe these names aren't quite as known as some other places, but it's still Ohio State. Like, the biggest question that I think Ohio State fans maybe still have this question, but the biggest question is, like, who's playing quarterback? What I saw Julian Sayin, I think he's it. I think he's got it. I think he's got the tools to make Ohio State look how they're supposed to look offensively. And so as you continue to walk this thing out down the road and answer the question of, can we run it back? If Julian Sayin is your guy game one, that means he was consistently who you saw in the spring game during practice in the fall for Ohio State to win the job. So consistency question is answered. Great. If he doesn't win the job, one, more power to Lincoln Kienholz, because he was probably balling all fall camp to take that job from Julian Sayin. Two, the competition in itself, we keep saying that's going to feed the beast that is Ohio State. It's going to feed the beast that is the desire to, eliminate complacency altogether, man. Because we keep saying that. You don't want to be the guy that drops the pass for Lincoln Kienholz during team that would have elevated him in the battle, or vice versa for Julian Sayin, or miss a block or whatever. So as you think about their chance to repeat, one more thing that has to be said, and we said it on the turf in Atlanta, Ryan Day having gotten one, I don't know if it's ever easy to repeat, but I do think knowing what it takes and having a certain gauge for what a championship team actually feels like, forget looks like, just know what it feels like. Locker room, culture, temperature, how you practice, intensity, all those things. Ryan Day has now been a part of that. I really think muscle memory is something that will ultimately serve Ohio State well, serve Ryan Day well now as they go for their second in a row. There's a reason why they are the favorites to win it again in 2025 right now in Vegas. And there's a reason why there are big skyscrapers in Vegas right now in the middle of the desert. I'll say that now. So Ohio State, the temp is, can we run it back? The feeling is, I don't see why not. And after the spring, I think you feel even more confident with that being your jumping off point heading into summer 1, summer 2, and ultimately fall camp.